She was the one person in Spring Lake, North Carolina, everyone trusted with the town's money. And for 5 years, she was stealing it. Gay Cameron Tucker, the town's finance director, forged the mayor's signature. She forged the town manager's signature. 72 checks made out to herself, pulled straight from the town's bank account. $567,070. Gone. And here's how she got away with it. Nobody was checking. No routine audits. No one comparing the bank statements to the books. The person in charge of catching fraud was the fraud. It took an outside auditor 5 years to notice what should have been obvious from day one. Spring Lake is a small town in Cumberland County, North Carolina. A few thousand residents, a town hall, a handful of staff running the day-to-day. Gay Cameron Tucker was 64 years old, and for years she was the person that town ran its money through. She held 2 titles, finance director and accounting technician. That meant she wrote the checks, she balanced the books, she had access to the town's bank accounts and the authority to move money in and out of them. Nobody looked over her shoulder, because looking over her shoulder was supposed to be her job. Here's exactly how she did it. Tucker wrote checks from the town of Spring Lake's bank accounts and forged the signatures of other town officials, including the mayor and the town manager, to make them look approved. The checks were made out to Gay Cameron Tucker. She deposited them into bank accounts she personally controlled, and she kept the transactions out of the town's financial records, so the books never showed a problem. She did this 72 times. Between 2016 and 2021, 5 years, she took $567,070 from a town that never had much to spare in the first place. That money was supposed to fund a small town's basic operations, public services, salaries, the day-to-day cost of keeping a local government running. Every dollar Tucker diverted was a dollar Spring Lake's taxpayers didn't get back. But this case isn't a simple story of greed. At least $155,000 of the stolen funds went to a nursing home in Fayetteville, paying for Tucker's mother's end-of-life care. That doesn't excuse what she did. It complicates it. She wasn't funding a lavish lifestyle with all of it. Some of that money bought time and comfort for a dying parent, using a town's checking account to do it. Separately, town officials have reported more than 30 town vehicles they can't account for, and are working with the state's Department of Motor Vehicles to track them down. It's not confirmed that this is connected to Tucker's scheme, but it's a sign of just how little oversight this town had. For 5 years, nobody caught it. Not because Tucker was a criminal mastermind, but because nobody was checking. Spring Lake wasn't running routine audits. Nobody was reconciling the bank statements against the town's books. If the numbers didn't match, no one was there to notice. It finally cracked when the town brought in an outside financial consultant to audit its 2019 and 2020 finances. That audit turned up irregularities. Around the same time, North Carolina's state auditor released a report in March of 2022, finding roughly $430,000 in taxpayer funds spent on personal use. Tucker was removed as finance director in March of 2021. The FBI opened an investigation, and in September of 2022, the case became public. On September 21, 2022, Gay Cameron Tucker pleaded guilty to 1 count of embezzlement from a local government receiving federal funds and 1 count of aggravated identity theft. On December 14, 2022, a federal judge sentenced her to 2 consecutive 24-month prison terms, 4 years total, for stealing $567,070 from the town she was hired to protect. The person Spring Lake trusted to watch its money was the only one who ever had the chance to steal it, and for 5 years, nobody else was watching at all. If trusted officials abusing that trust gets your attention, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, how would you have caught this?